Hey everyone, welcome to my video. Today we are discussing the topic about worst places of Europe in 2025. When people think of Europe, they imagine picturesque cities, rich history, and vibrant cultures. But not every part of Europe offers the ideal lifestyle. In this video, we're exploring the 7 worst places in Europe to live. Now let's clarify. No place is entirely bad. And what might be a downside for some could be a positive for others. However, certain areas struggle with issues like high crime rates, economic instability, poor infrastructure, or even extreme living conditions. These factors make daily life more challenging for the residents and less appealing for those looking to move. Our list is based on real challenges these places face, including unemployment rates, cost of living, safety concerns, and overall quality of life. The goal isn't to criticize, but to take an honest look at some of the struggles that exist in places you might not expect. Stay tuned as we count down from number 1 to number 7 and discuss why these locations made the list. Along the way, we'll uncover the stories behind the statistics and the realities faced by people living in these areas. Whether you're planning to move to Europe or just curious about the less glamorous side of the continent, this video will give you a fresh perspective. Let's dive in. Number 1, Cumnock. Cumnock is a small town in East Ayrshire, Scotland. Has often been highlighted for its challenges, making it one of the less desirable places to live in 2025. While it boasts a rich industrial history and a tight-knit community, modern Cumnock struggles with several issues. One of the primary concerns is the local economy. The decline of coal mining and traditional industries has left the town grappling with high unemployment rates and a lack of economic opportunities. This has contributed to a sense of stagnation, with younger generations often moving elsewhere in search of better prospects. Infrastructure and amenities in Cumnock have also been criticized. The town has limited access to cultural, recreational, and educational facilities, which affects the quality of life for residents. Public transportation options are sparse, making it challenging for those without private vehicles to commute or access nearby cities. Social issues, including drug misuse and antisocial behavior, have further tarnished the town's reputation. Combined with aging housing stock and insufficient investment in regeneration, Cumnock faces significant hurdles. Despite these challenges, community efforts and proposed development projects offer a glimmer of hope. With proper investment and strategic planning, Cumnock could transform its fortunes in the years ahead. Number 2, Benidorm. Benidorm, Spain, has often divided opinions, and in 2025, it's been dubbed by some as one of the worst towns in the world. Once a quaint fishing village, it has transformed into a sprawling resort town defined by overcrowded beaches, towering concrete skyscrapers, and relentless nightlife. Critics argue that it has lost its authentic Spanish charm, replaced by mass tourism catering to boozy holidaymakers and budget travelers. The town's infamous reputation is fueled by rowdy stag parties, cheap all-you-can-drink deals, and a lack of cultural depth. Environmental concerns also plague Benidorm. Overdevelopment has led to unsightly urban sprawl, with little regard for natural preservation. The beaches, while picturesque, are often packed beyond comfort, and reports of littering and pollution further tarnish its appeal. For those seeking a serene or culturally enriching experience, Benidorm's over-commercialized atmosphere can feel soulless and artificial. While it remains a magnet for certain crowds, its heavy reliance on low-cost tourism raises questions about its sustainability and quality. Despite its affordability and sunny weather, many travelers argue there are far better destinations in Spain for those seeking an authentic or memorable experience, leaving Benidorm struggling to shake off its notorious label. Number 3, Bradford. Bradford is a city in West Yorkshire, has faced long-standing socio-economic challenges that have contributed to its negative reputation. High poverty rates are a significant issue, with over a third of the working-age population reported to be living in poverty. The city's economy struggles with low wages, limited job opportunities, and persistent inequality. These factors have reinforced a cycle of deprivation that impacts residents' quality of life. Cultural and social issues also play a role in Bradford's struggles. Despite a rich history and diverse community, The city has often been criticized for inadequate infrastructure and limited investment in community development. Public services, including housing, healthcare, and education, have faced significant strain, further widening disparities among residents. However, Bradford's designation as the UK City of Culture 2025 has brought renewed attention to its potential for regeneration. The title comes with a £15 million investment and promises of economic growth, new jobs, and cultural initiatives. While this has sparked optimism, many remain skeptical about whether these benefits will address the city's deep-rooted issues or primarily serve visitors and external stakeholders. Bradford's challenges highlight the need for sustained, inclusive development to ensure that all residents can benefit from its cultural and economic revitalization. Number 4. Ferentari. Ferentari, a district in Bucharest, Romania, continues to struggle with significant socioeconomic challenges in 2025. Known as one of Europe's most impoverished urban areas, it faces persistent issues related to poverty, unemployment, and social marginalization. Despite being geographically close to the center of Bucharest, Ferentari remains disconnected from the economic growth observed in other parts of the city. Unemployment rates in Ferentari are alarmingly high, with limited opportunities for stable jobs. Many residents rely on informal or seasonal work, while others are trapped in a cycle of long-term unemployment. The lack of investment in local businesses and infrastructure exacerbates the problem, creating an economic stagnation that further alienates the community. Education levels remain low, with many children dropping out of school due to financial hardship or lack of support. Access to quality education is limited, leaving generations unable to break free from poverty. Schools in the area are often underfunded and understaffed, which contributes to a cycle of low literacy and skill levels. Culturally, Ferentari is a melting pot, home to a diverse population, including a large Roma community. However, systemic discrimination and social exclusion have marginalized many residents, leading to limited access to public services and opportunities. The economic and cultural vibrancy of Romania contrasts sharply with the dire living conditions in Ferentari. Without targeted interventions to improve education, job opportunities, and social inclusion, Ferentari remains emblematic of urban poverty in Eastern Europe. Number 5. Jaywick. Jaywick, a small coastal town in Essex, United Kingdom, has frequently been labeled one of the worst places to live in Europe due to its persistent socio-economic challenges. Originally built as a holiday resort in the 1930s, it now struggles with severe poverty, unemployment, and a lack of adequate infrastructure. Unemployment rates in Jaywick are notably high, with many residents dependent on welfare benefits. The lack of job opportunities in and around the area contributes to a cycle of poverty, leaving many households with limited financial stability. This economic hardship is compounded by a lack of investment in the town, resulting in deteriorating living conditions and inadequate public services. Education outcomes in Jaywick also paint a grim picture. The town has one of the lowest literacy and numeracy rates in the UK, hindering its residents' ability to secure better employment and escape the poverty trap. Schools in the area face challenges in providing quality education due to limited funding and resources. The local economy is in a precarious state, with few thriving businesses or industries to drive growth. Housing in Jaywick, much of which consists of aging chalets and bungalows, is poorly maintained and often unsuitable for modern living, further exacerbating the town's problems. Despite its picturesque location by the sea, Jaywick's struggles with unemployment, education, and economic stagnation highlight the urgent need for investment and development to improve the quality of life for its residents. Number 6. Venice, Italy. Venice is often romanticized for its canals, historic architecture, and cultural richness, but beneath the surface lies a challenging reality for residents. Economically, Venice struggles with a high cost of living that far exceeds the average income of locals. The city relies heavily on tourism, which accounts for a significant portion of its economy, making it vulnerable to economic downturns and seasonal fluctuations. This dependency leaves limited opportunities for diverse, sustainable job creation, contributing to economic stagnation. The environmental challenges in Venice are equally concerning. Rising sea levels and frequent flooding, exacerbated by climate change, pose a persistent threat to infrastructure and daily life. The city's iconic canals, while charming, are plagued by pollution due to excessive tourist activity and inadequate waste management systems. These environmental issues further degrade the quality of life for residents. In terms of education, Venice faces limited options for higher education and specialized training, leading many young people to relocate to other cities or countries for better opportunities. This brain drain has further exacerbated the city's demographic decline, leaving an aging population behind. Poverty is another pressing issue. While Venice is a popular tourist destination, the economic benefits rarely trickle down to all residents. Many locals face challenges affording basic necessities, especially housing, which is inflated by the demand for tourist accommodations. The exodus of long-term residents due to economic hardship has transformed the city into a shadow of its former self, with neighborhoods losing their communal and cultural vibrancy. Overall, Venice's challenges in the areas of economy, environment, education, and poverty make it a difficult place for residents to thrive, highlighting the urgent need for sustainable policies to address these interconnected issues. Number 7. Stolipinovo. Stolipinovo, a district in Plovdiv, Bulgaria, is often labeled as one of the most challenging places to live in Europe due to its dire socioeconomic conditions. Predominantly inhabited by Roma communities, Stolipinovo faces severe issues of poverty, unemployment, and social exclusion. These factors make it an area of significant concern for human development and quality of life. Unemployment rates in Stolipinovo are alarmingly high, with many residents lacking access to stable jobs. This issue is compounded by low educational attainment, as access to quality education remains limited. Many children drop out of school early, perpetuating a cycle of poverty and limiting opportunities for upward mobility. The district's economy is largely informal, with residents relying on small-scale trade, manual labor, and scavenging to survive. This precarious economic structure contributes to widespread poverty and a lack of social security. Public services such as healthcare, sanitation, and infrastructure are underfunded and poorly maintained, further deteriorating living conditions. Stolipinovo's isolation from the mainstream Bulgarian society exacerbates the situation. Discrimination and stereotypes hinder efforts for integration, leaving the community marginalized. The lack of effective government intervention or targeted development programs has resulted in a stagnant economy and persistent social issues. Addressing Stolipinovo's challenges requires a holistic approach, including investments in education, job creation, and infrastructure, as well as efforts to combat discrimination and foster inclusion. Without these, Stolipinovo remains a poignant example of systemic neglect and inequality in Europe. Thank you for watching. I truly value your support. Please subscribe to my channel for more engaging and exciting content.